It started last fall. I was on a solo road trip trying to clear my head after a brutal breakup. I wanted silence, space, and maybe a little isolation. Somewhere between the mountains and the backwoods highways, I took a wrong turn. No GPS signal. My phone went dark. I should have turned around, but I saw a sign. Welcome to Grayditch, population 174. The name didn't ring a bell. It wasn't on Google Maps. Nothing showed up when I searched later either. No record of it. Like it didn't exist. But it felt peaceful, quiet. Rows of old houses, dusty porches, no traffic. It had that untouched, forgotten charm. Like a postcard from the 1950s. I stopped at a little diner near the center of town. A waitress with pale eyes and a perfect smile greeted me like I'd been expected. "You're just in time." I asked for what, and she just laughed. "You'll see." I figured it was just a weird local thing. Small towns are like that. I sat down. The place was mostly empty except for a man at the corner booth who wouldn't stop staring at me. He never blinked. Just stared. When I asked the waitress about him, she leaned in and whispered, "Ignore him. He's just a shadow of what stayed too long." I thought she was joking, until I blinked, and he was gone. Not got up. Not walked out. Just gone. I decided to leave. Got back in my car. But when I tried to drive out of town, the road looped. I swear I took a straight path, but I passed the same gas station 3 times. The same rusted bicycle on the sidewalk. The same dead dog in the road, its eyes open and glassy. It didn't matter which direction I turned. Grayditch wouldn't let me leave. Night fell faster than it should have. 1 minute it was golden hour. The next, it was pitch black. No stars. No moon. Just the hum of old street lamps and a sky that looked wrong, too smooth, like painted black glass. I went back to the diner. It was closed, but the waitress was standing outside, smiling at me like she hadn't moved at all. "You're staying then?" I told her no. I just wanted directions out. She pointed behind me, then asked him. I turned around, and the man from the booth was there, closer than before. "Inches from my face," he whispered. "You belong to the town now, just like me." I ran. House to house, I banged on doors. No one answered. But sometimes, someone watched. From the windows. Dozens of faces, pale and still, just watching. And then they smiled. All at once, like they shared the same thought. The next morning, my car was gone. Just gone. No tracks. No sign it ever existed. The town square was empty. The sign now read, "Welcome to Grayditch, population 175. I wasn't just trapped. I'd been counted. I don't remember how many days I stayed. Time didn't feel right there. The clocks never moved. The sun rose too fast, then fell too hard. Nights stretched like they were waiting for something. I only escaped when I stopped trying to leave and started pretending I belonged. I smiled. I waved at the watchers. I waited tables at the diner. I stopped asking questions. One day the road out was just open, like the town got bored of me. I drove for hours until I found civilization. My phone started working again. I looked for Grayditch on the map. Nothing. Satellite view, blank. I even tried reporting it. Police, news outlets, Reddit. No one believes me. Everyone thinks it's a hoax, a dream. Some people even say I made it up, but I didn't. And now, every few nights, I get mail. No return address. Just a postcard that says, "Wish you were still here." And sometimes, when I wake up at night, I swear the air smells like her diner. And the clock on my wall, it always stops at 6:66. I've always been into photography, abandoned buildings, forgotten highways, that eerie stillness of places no one remembers. That's why I was out in the mountains last fall, chasing a rumor, a message I found on an old Reddit thread. If you ever find yourself driving through Route 117, at dawn and the fog gets too thick, pull over. If you keep driving, you might see lights. A town with no name. Don't stop. And for the love of God, don't breathe in the fog. Of course I kept driving. It started like a dream. Pale blue light, the road swallowed by mist. And then, out of nowhere, buildings. Brick and stone rising from nothing. Neon signs flickering in the distance. An old gas station. A church. A motel called The Rest Inn. And a cracked wooden sign at the edge of the road. Welcome. No town name. No population count. I pulled over. The fog rolled in so thick, I could barely see my car, but I had to explore. Everything looked untouched, like it had been paused mid-century. Cars from the 60s shops still stocked. Lights on. But no sound. No people. Just that low hum, like a refrigerator. Or something alive, breathing just under the streets. I lifted my camera and snapped a photo of the diner. But the screen stayed black. No image. Just static. Then my phone buzzed. A text. From an unknown number. "You're not supposed to see this place." I laughed, nervously. Figured it was a prank. But then the phone buzzed again. This time, it was a photo. Of me, taken from behind. In that very moment, I spun around. No one there. Just fog pressing in like a wall. That's when I noticed the people. They weren't walking. They were standing. Perfectly still. All facing away from me. Lining the sidewalks. Dozens of them. Heads down. Silent. I stepped closer to one. A woman in a dress that looked 100 years out of date. Her skin was gray, like wax. I reached out, and her head snapped up. Her eyes were completely black. She opened her mouth and inhaled, long and deep, like she was sucking in the fog. Or maybe something else. Then the others turned too, slowly. All at once. They didn't speak. They didn't blink. They just started walking toward me. All of them, silent, slow, like they knew I didn't belong. I ran. Back to my car. Slammed the door. Tried to start it. Nothing. I looked up, and there they were, surrounding the car, just watching. Fog curling between their legs. One of them placed a hand on my window and smiled, not a friendly smile, a knowing smile. And then they all stepped back and vanished. Instantly, like someone hit delete. The fog thinned. The road reappeared. My engine started. I floored it. I didn't stop driving until I hit the next gas station 2 hours away. I tried to explain what happened, but the clerk just looked at me like I was drunk. When I showed him the photo on my camera, the screen was blank, corrupted. All of them were, except one. The last shot I took, right before I ran. It's a wide shot of the town's main road, and in the window of the motel, I can see myself. But I'm still standing there, camera in hand, fog around my feet, watching the road like I never left. Some nights I swear I can smell that fog again. And when I look out my window, I see the lights of the town just barely glowing in the distance, waiting for me to come back